Championship Wrestling. Dave Brown right along ringside. And by golly, we're about ready to go on another big Championship Wrestling, Dave.
Oh, indeed. We have something new this week on Championship Wrestling. The exotic Adrian Street.
Don't we, though?
Will be here for the first time this week. Also, we will have the fabulous ones in here in a tag team match. The Sheepherders are here, and a great expiration of time match expected today with Bobby Eaton and Sweet Brown Sugar on one side of the ring. On the other, it'll be Jerry the King Lawler and Bill Superstar Dundee.
Oh, yeah. Boy, you can't beat any kind of a combination better than that one. In addition to that, Dave, we got some great tape and some feature things I think that the folks are going to enjoy. A little close-up and in personal type look at some of the guys in there. I think they'll enjoy it. We are going to be ready to sit back here. I have heard a world of things about the exotic Adrian Street for quite some time. We'll be interested in seeing him right after we take time out for this. Whoa, hey,
Street.
Look at that move.
Yeah,
Fred.
takes Ira Reese down to the mat.
You know, I had heard of Adrian Street for quite some time, and the fact he comes out of the same wrestling school as Billy Robinson, and that's got to tell you something. So we just saw one move right there that'll tell you this guy can go. He moves around behind Reese. Reese swaps on him.
Street with a drop kick. Boy, put Ira down hard.
Little moral support from his valet over here, who is by the table with us. He was just straight walking in, and bam, that drop kick came out of nowhere.
Splash. Count of one. Only one count. Left shoulder up off the mat. Adrian Street with Ira Reese sitting down on the mat, center of the ring. Street with a forearm, knee, and a knee lift. He covers Ira Reese. Count is 1, 2, but at the 2 counts, he broke the cover. Adrian Street, body slam on Reese. Drops down, 1.
Broke it right at the count of 1.
Broke it at the count of 2 a minute ago, and then broke it at the count of 1 there. Reese. Rattling it. Street with the upper arm. Look out, Ira. Thrown into the ropes. Bounces off of there. Adrian Street picks him up with the forearm. Put him down on the mat. Now picking him up by the hair. Slipped a right fist. And another one.
No forearm there.
Street. Ira Reese up in the air. Ooh, drops him down. Across the knee on the way. Adrian Street round behind. Drops the leg out from under him.
Grabs the straps and jerks Ira Reese up off the canvas. Adrian Street's already shown us quite a few moves here. Moves around behind with it. Double leg. Puts him down face first. Right on top. Rolls him up and over. 1, 2, 3. And that's going to be it. Some of you may have seen, and for those of you who didn't, by golly, we had an interesting situation come up with that tough team out of New Zealand, the Sheepherders, not too many days back. This was a situation where they just kept insisting on making their presence known so that they get a shot at one of the really top tag teams. That's what their complaint has been. They haven't been giving them that competition. I want you to see some of the highlights out of a wild and woolly session that took place. Let's look. Why don't you guys get in the ring up there? We don't need any conversation out of you. We just want to see you in action. Now, come on.
Get in the ring there with all your families, you like. Put them in the ring now, and we'll beat the living daylights out of them. We're sick and tired of starting at the bottom, beating the living daylights out of them. We're sick of jabroni.
Hey, come on. Hey.
If they're so hot, if you're so hot, and you have the greatest team, put them in the ring now, and we'll beat them. We'll beat them right now, I'm telling you.
Hold it.
Get the dogs. Put all the family in there.
Wait a minute. You want a match? You want a match?
Yeah.
You want a match?
We want to beat them on TV.
You want a match?
Yeah,
well, hold it. Well, then what the hold it. What the sheepherders want, the sheepherders get. You want a match? Go to the ring, baby, because you can have a match with those guys up there, brother.
We want him, and we want him.
Hey, you want a match with him? Go to the ring.
Hey, this just goes to prove my point. You Yanks don't have any guts. It's the likes of these idiots like that's all we've been beaten. We want to beat somebody that means something. We want to beat this idiot here. We'll bring your dolls out and put them in there. We'll take the belts off them, too. And as far as the chocolate one is concerned...
Hey, come on, you guys. Will you guys get out of here? You've been in here. Now, come on. You're trying to get in on every match that's in here.
Hey, Southern hospitality. You want a match? You got the match. Get in the ring. There you go, right there. I'm giving y'all the match. Let's hear it for him. Come on. You want a match?
Jimmy, now.
They want a match. They got a match. Southern hospitality. You got a match.
Will you guys just let us get on with it here? The match is already scheduled with Eaton and Sugar against it.
Idiot.
Jimmy!
Look at them, they're wrestling free on TV.
I know.
They're wrestling free on TV. Look at them up there.
Boy, you guys, I am.
We don't get hot, we just get even, baby. Look at them.
Luke Williams, Jonathan Boyd in the ring with Ira Reese and Aaron Holt.
Look at you. You know what they need is a manager, somebody like me, man. But look at them. They have no, look at them. Oh, that's good. You got them, baby. That's right. Beautiful.
I tell you, the Sheepherders deserve Eaton and Sugar in there. I would love to see that myself, but not right now. You guys just...
That's right, man. Take it off your feet, brother.
Hey, will you guys quit, man?
Wrestle up on the table. There you go, Lance. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him wrestling for free. What an idiot. Look at him.
All right, Jimmy. Come on. Bobby, let's get this thing. Listen, if you got nothing else to do, you guys go get in the ring or something. Don't be standing there.
They're not getting paid for it. Right, Dave? They're not getting paid
Eddie,
for it.
thank you.
Oh, here comes the National Guard. Come on, ahead. Now, look at him. He's getting up in the ring. Look at him.
Well, I'll tell you.
Look at him. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, what authority Eddie's got. Listen at him. Y'all guys get out of the ring. Listen.
All right,
Listen.
Jimmy. Now, quit that stuff. Now, you know better than that.
Yeah, Eddie, Mr. Authority. Hey, Eddie. Good, they killed him. They killed him. Look, Bobby. Look at him. He's going to have a heart attack. Look at him.
Watch it.
Resuscitation! Come on! Come on, give him mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, Lawler! Come on, kiss him, baby!
Hey, get ready to take a break. We're going to get out of here. Get ready to take a break. Well, those are the kind of times where you wonder about all of it, but when you get guys like the Sheepherders around, there's no telling what's going to happen. Believe me, you have not heard the last of that. We're going to take time out right now and be back. Back into Channel 3's Championship Wrestling in just one moment. Super action coming up Tuesday night down at the Louisville Gardens. In just a moment, I'll give you the entire card, but I do want to make note of the fact that we have a hair against the title Southern Tag Team on the line when the fabulous ones put their hair up against the New York Dolls. A no time, no disqualification, Lawler and Dundee against the Sheepherders. We'll be talking to them in just a moment. Then a Mid-America Heavyweight Championship match with Mantel defending against Apocalypse, and all of that coming up Tuesday night. First, let me talk to Bill about this action. No time, no disqualification. The Sheepherders, the opponent, Billy.
That's right, Lancer. It's all come to a head. We went down there a couple of weeks and tried to wrestle them. Well, they don't want to wrestle. They want to sneak up behind you and hit you with a lead pipe. They want to do everything and throw the rule book out the window. Well, that's fine, because when it comes to that, the king and the superstar can do it just fine. I told you all about the fire, didn't I? You didn't believe me. Well, this week, folks, it's all going to come to a screeching halt. Somebody has got to win, because it's a no time limit, no disqualification. And when it comes to bending the rules, this guy over to my right can do it, and so can I, and we're going to leave you laying, fella, and that's a promise.
And you can bet one thing. There's going to be a lot of hot action coming up in there again. No time, no disqualification, Jerry.
That's right, Lance. You know, they seem to be real pleased with the fact that they didn't get burned down there last week, and also they won the match. Well, that don't set too well with me, because when you put the superstar and the king together, I don't like it when a loss goes in our column, and that doesn't happen very often. And like I said, I'm not going to stand for it. Now, something that I haven't told the people, and they wonder, well, why don't you throw the fire just every week? Well, as you know, Lance, the AWA looks over the wrestling in this area, and every time that I throw the fire, I get a stiff fine. A stiff fine. But you know, in the Sheepherders case, it's worth it. So I don't care how much it cost me. You know, they laughed about it last week. They thought they got away with something. Well, they're not going to get away with it, and I'm not going to have to worry about a fine, because there's no time limit, no disqualification. The referee's not going to be able to stop the match. He's not going to be able to pull us off of you, and no matter how hot it gets, we're going to do it to him Tuesday night.
About ready for tag action, David.
We have a 1-fall, 15-minute time limit match scheduled here. Total weight 446 pounds over on the left of the screen. From parts unknown, the Enforcer, and from Memphis, Tennessee, Jesse Owens. Going against him, total weight 449 pounds. Both from Florida, the fabulous ones, Steve Keirn and Stan Lane. 1-fall, 15-minute time limit. Paul Morton, the referee.
Okay, we're about ready to go, and bell time as the superstar, Bill Dundee, comes out to join us here. Okay, Billy, good to have you right here. We're getting ready to go with a match that Steve and Stan got to be the favorites in, and a nice, beautiful scissor by Stan takes down in a bar right on the Enforcer. Oh, did you see what I talked to a little while ago? Huh?
That was something else.
But still mopping disinfectant off.
Well, I guess it takes all kinds to make a world, Lancer. But the thing I come out to talk to you mainly about today is that Bobby Eaton and the Dream Machine is in a hair match again. This week, right?
Yeah, this week coming up, we do have a match. Steve firing away back at the Enforcer. And now tag Stan Lane. A good
Now,
swap.
the thing that Jackie Fargo just told me, if you've ever lost your hair, Lance, you know I did it, and you know that Jackie
Yes, sir.
Fargo's done it. Now, you're kind of going to the ring with a, well, I don't know how you can really put this, but you go into the ring kind of thinking, well, if I lose this, I'm losing more in a wrestling match. Well, Jackie just told me to come out here and tell all the folks that none of his boys are going to lose that hair.
That would be something that I think a lot of the wrestling fans would really be hurt about if either Stan or Steve lost that hair. Beautiful drop kick, and the Enforcer down on the deck. Jesse Owens has not been in as yet. The blocky Enforcer is in, going for an abdominal stretch. Stan in there with the Enforcer. Hadn't got that foot hooked, and as a result of it, he couldn't quite get it over. Yeah, fine move by the Enforcer, but Stan right back again and pitches him as he scissored that leg and took him straight forward.
Well, I can just tell you this, Lance. If you was going to bet in the match coming up this week, you should bet in the fabulous ones, because I know Jackie Fargo will have them fired up. There ain't none of them leaving the ring bald.
Into the ropes, bang, and a big shoulder as Steve Keirn, Stan Lane.
A little bit of Jackie Fargo there.
Yeah. You can see that consulting work from the fabulous one has affected Stan and Steve in more ways than one. They're much more aggressive in terms of going after guys, and they have a lot of Jackie's traits in the fact that they don't wait around till they get their brains beat out. They go after a guy with whatever it takes right off the bat.
Well, that's true, Lance. Can you imagine going back and telling Jackie Fargo you lost this week, you lost the match last night? That'd be harder than losing the match.
Yes, sir. Stan in, bars up that arm on Jesse Owens as referee Paul Morton checking down to see whether there was a throat violation. There wasn't. Stan.
Another good move right there.
Oh, boy, you betcha. Grapevine that leg and popped him back on that side suplex, took him down over the shoulder. Goes Owens. The Fabulous Ones, obviously a heavy favorite coming into this match against the Enforcers and Owens, and they have lived up to their pre-fight notice. Jesse comes straight in at Stan. Not a good idea. Stan wheeled around behind, grabbed the legs, dumped him forward. Now, for some reason, it's hard for me to picture Stan or Steve without their hair, Bill. Well, you know, you've been through it yourself.
I've been through that. I know what it is to walk down the street and people telling you lost the wrestling match.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows you lost it, Lancer, when they see you.
That's the truth. There's no way to hide from that.
But I think Hart and his boys will be in for a surprise this week. Because Jackie Fargo will have them fired up, I guarantee you.
Owens being roughed up by tough Steve Keirn. Owens into a standing side headlock on Steve, but I don't know, I guess he missed the tag on Stan. Back over and down, and no, he made the tag, and now Stan comes in and takes over. Rolls Jesse up on the shoulders. He
right there,
got him. Thank you, Billy. Appreciate you stopping by, partner. So, Steve Keirn, Stan Lane over there to help Jesse up. Jesse's a little taken back there, and he jumped back from it in there, Dave. Big winner, and what was the time?
Time on it was 4 minutes, 14 seconds, 4:14.
4 minutes and 14 seconds. The Fabulous Ones in domination over their opponents today. They're looking mighty good and a very aggressive team. We've got plenty of wrestling action coming up. We'll be seeing the Sheepherders in a little bit. Right now, we're going to take time out for this. To go is in the ring, the opposition for the Sheepherders. Standing and waiting, Dennis Upton and Aaron Holt.
Dundee, you're going to watch this because we're going to show you what the Sheepherders do when we don't muck around.
Okay. Luke Williams climbs in the ring. Jonathan Boyd over issuing his warning as to what's going to happen to the opponents. Dave, the official introduction.
Total 452 pounds over on the right of the screen from Tupelo, Mississippi, Aaron Holt and Dennis Upton. And going against them at a total of 471 pounds from New Zealand, the Sheepherders, Jonathan Boyd and Luke Williams. One fall, 15-minute time limit. Referee Paul Morton.
All right, we're ready. Bell time. Here we go with Boyd starting out against Upton. And here they go, David.
Jonathan Boyd in here against Dennis Upton. Dennis and Aaron Holt, both out of Tupelo, Mississippi. Both young wrestlers that have gained a lot of experience under difficult circumstances. Most of it going against guys like these Sheepherders. Jonathan Boyd, Luke Williams, heavy favorites in the match as they step into the ring. Jonathan Boyd wasting no time, taking control of the situation, jumping up and down on Upton. He makes the tag. Luke Williams coming in. Williams over to the ropes. Drops down. Sheepherder's knee across the throat of Dennis Upton. It worked one time. He did it again. Now he picks Upton up. Backs into the ropes. Luke Williams fires him across the ring. Catches him with the upper arm. Drops down. Does not go for the cover. Upton taken over to the corner. Luke Williams makes the tag. Jonathan Boyd comes in, the forearms flying. Upton fired across the ring as he comes off the ropes. Boyd, with a double forearm, caught him right in the midsection, just dropped him to the mat. Williams has been tagged. He's back in there. Sheepherders with that double battering ram. Count is 1, 2, and 3. This one's over. Short match. Sheepherders all the way. Dennis Upton never really able to get going, and Aaron Holt, his partner, never in the ring. It was Upton all the way as he started against Jonathan Boyd. And they were able to keep Dennis Upton in there. They beat him in 1:19. A minute 19. And one of those overpowering wins for the team of the Sheepherders, Jonathan Boyd and Luke Williams. Time again, 1:19.
Boy, they came out serious for a living fact. Hey, you know, one of the real surprises around championship wrestling in quite some time was when a product of Jimmy Hart, he brought in a guy he called Sabu the Wild Man, and he ended up with a Southern heavyweight title that he won from Jerry the King Lawler. Wanted to show a lot of the folks who have not had a chance to see him what this guy looks like, because he is something else. Let's take a look at Sabu. We're underway in the Southern heavyweight title match. Superstar Bill Dundee challenging Sabu. He's got all kind of interesting looking things on him, Sabu does. His fingers are all taped. Oh, man, what a straight shot. Dundee down. This guy just stunned us the first time we saw him. He can go. Big leg, down he goes. Count of 1. Hart down there, giving all the exaggerated motions about Dundee. And Hart distracting Dundee as Billy takes a shot right at that throat. Look at that move of this Sabu. Woo! Jimmy Hart comes up with some wild ones, and this is certainly one of them. Look at Dundee. Man, and he chopped him, and Bill hits the deck. Double-hander. Bill still on his feet. Woo! The Wild Man bombs him down. Yeah, I'll tell you, this guy is he's a whole lot more than he looks like. I'll tell you for a living fact there. That was Sabu, the Wild Man, and he is the Southern heavyweight champ at the present time. A guy that we've had a lot of people ask us questions about. He's been around here for some time. Is a young fellow out of Vero Beach, Florida, Terry Taylor. There's been many of us say, tell us a little bit more about Terry. Well, we've told you he went to Guilford College in North Carolina on a football scholarship and a wrestling scholarship. He lettered in both of those. He's an economics major, chose professional wrestling. But we wanted to show you a little bit more about Terry. Let's take a look.
If there was ever a classic mismatch, this would have to be it. Anytime a competitor goes into the ring against a champion, he is the underdog, but I think in this case, I'm more the underdog than ever. There's probably 1 or 2 people that could think I have a chance against this Sabu. That's my mother and myself, and that's if she's watching. Deep down in my heart, I know I can win. This Sabu's an incredible athlete. In 2 weeks in a row, he went through Jerry Lawler and won that Southern title. And the next week, he went through Bill Dundee. Dundee wasn't able to get the title from him. Well, Dundee and Lawler, fantastic athletes in their own right. And the question posed to me is, why do I think I can do something that these 2 men haven't been able to do? Well, I feel like I'm hungry. At this time in my life, in my career, this stage, I'm a hungry man. I'm ready to take the step from being just an athlete to being a champion. I believe my time has arrived. And it's happened in every career, in every athlete's career. It's happened to him, and he knows it deep inside. There's not a way you can tell by looking at him, or there's no way you can act like it. It's just something you feel deep down inside. And I feel like this is my time. Jerry Lawler, when he started, nobody thought he had a chance of being a champion. You know, everybody threw him out the window, said, no, he couldn't do it, but he has. Time and time again, he has arrived. Bill Dundee, everybody said the cards were all stacked against him, but he still has done it. He's become a champion. These two men are probably the greatest wrestlers in the world today. What happened to Muhammad Ali? Miami Beach, everybody thought that big bear was going to kill him, Sonny Liston. Well, Muhammad Ali talked and yelled and screamed, but he knew deep down in his heart that he could win that match, that boxing match, and he did. He knew it, and he did it. Well, Lawler, when he started, no one believed in him but himself. He knew he could do it, and he did. With Dundee, it's the same thing. He knew he could do it, and he did. Well, I think it's my time. I think I can do it. I know I can, and I will.
There's Terry Taylor. I'm glad all the fans enjoyed that. That's for everybody that likes Terry. One of the most likable guys you ever met in your life. We got some great action still to come. Don't forget our big main event today, Lawler and Dundee against Brown Sugar and Eaton. Take time out. We'll be back. Before we get into the entire card at the Gardens, let me remind you that on Thursday, December the 9th, Columbia, Kentucky at the Adair County High School, sponsored by the Fire Department, 5 big matches. That's Columbia, Kentucky, Thursday, December the 9th. Now, Tuesday night, Louisville Gardens. Listen to this all the way from the bottom right up to the top of it. It'll be Jacques Rougeau going against beautiful Bobby Eaton. Then a battle of the managers. Oh, stand by for this one. Jimmy Hart, Sweet Brown Sugar, will be going against Jimmy Cornette and Jesse Barr. That's right. Southern heavyweight title match will have Sabu the Wild Man defending against Terry Taylor. The exotic Adrian Street against Bobby Fulton. A Southern tag team title match with the Hair against the title. The Fabulous Ones against the New York Dolls. Then a no time, no disqualification. Lawler and Dundee against the Sheepherders. And finally, an NWA Mid-America Heavyweight Championship match when Apocalypse will be making his appearance challenging Dutch Mantel for the heavyweight title Tuesday. Apocalypse. Wow. That's what they're going to be saying. I want you to take a look at this guy. like I said, apocalypse.
Wow, right.
Yeah. Dutch Mantel is not as hard to look at, as a matter of fact. He makes it very, very positive when he's coming and going to do something. Let's listen to the Dutchman.
You know, I've had an opportunity to view the film clip that the man who calls himself Apocalypse sent in. And I'll have to say that I am truly impressed with this man, because he is a man who is trained in the martial arts, and he was a Marine, and he does all these weapons, the bow and the rifle and all that. And obviously, he's very good at it. And if I had to know right now that I had to go out this afternoon or tonight and fight this guy on his home ground, on his home turf, and use my ability and wits against his, then I'd be scared to death. No, I wouldn't be scared to death. I wouldn't even go, because I know before I go that I probably couldn't beat him, because he's probably better at that than I am. But fortunately for me, the Middle America title is not won out in the woods. It's not won out in the jungle anywhere. It's won in the ring. And when you climb in the ring, I don't care how good you are at jumping out of an airplane at 15,000 feet or 10,000 feet, or rappelling off the side of a mountain somewhere, or riding the toughest bronco anywhere that you can find. That doesn't matter at all, because it's a different ball game. And when you climb in the ring, the only way you can win a title is by being a better wrestler than the other man. It's how good a wrestler you are. Now, as impressed as I am by this guy who calls himself Apocalypse, I don't think, and I'm personally speaking now, I don't think that he can do any more to me than Jimmy Hart and the First Family and that whole stinking outfit he's got. That's what they've done to me. I don't think he can do any more, because I think they've done it all. And that Jimmy Cornette, all the money that he can spend on getting wrestlers to come after me, to get back at me for what I've done to him, I don't think he can do any more than those guys, or Jesse Barr, or Crusher Broomfield, or anybody that he had. So I want to say one thing to you, Mr. Apocalypse. When we climb in the ring for this Middle America title, you coming after me, and if I get 1/2 a chance, that's all I want, 1/2 a chance. They might call you Apocalypse now, but if I get 1/2 a chance, like I said, they're going to call you Fat Lips. I'll be ready, Mr. Apocalypse. You show up.
Well, the Dutchman tells it pretty straight, man, I'll tell you what. And also, when he gets in that ring, he wrestles exactly the same way. He puts his head right at you and says, "Here I come. Just be sure you're ready for it," and we are ready. Let's watch Dutch in action. this is part of what we've been waiting on. You're looking at the King and the Superstar. They're going to be going today against Sweet, Brown Sugar, and beautiful Bobby Eaton and Jimmy Hart, bringing the family out there to get ready to go at it. Davey, this is going to be a dandy. How about the intro?
Oh, it should be a goodie indeed. This is going to be an expiration of time match. And introducing at a total of 448 pounds on the left of the screen, from Huntsville, Alabama, beautiful Bobby Eaton. From Union City, Tennessee, Sweet Brown Sugar. And going against him, total weight 446 pounds, from Australia, the Superstar, Bill Dundee. And from Memphis, the King, Jerry Lawler. This match, one fall, it's to the expiration of time, I beg your pardon. And the referee is Paul Morton.
Woogie. Morton saying let's get one bodies out of there on each side of the ring. It'll be Eaton starting out against Dundee. Bell time, and we are off and running.
All right, it's Dundee starting against beautiful Bobby Eaton. Eaton complaining about hair pulling. Jimmy Hart immediately picks up the chant, watch the hair, watch the hair. Bill Dundee, boy, no hair there. Nice, clean takedown, but that doesn't stop Eaton. He jumps to his feet and turns to the referee and says, are you going to stop him pulling the hair or not? Dundee just put a good move on him for the second time. Eaton back on the ropes, unloads on Dundee.
Somebody pull him in right there. That's how you stop it.
Yeah, all right. Dundee reverses him. Nice drag across the ring. As it was just a simple heel across the ring on Bobby Eaton, but now Eaton complaining he had a tights pull. First hair pulling, then the tights pull. Here comes the King in. He nailed Eaton, drove him back to a corner. The King with a brand new pair of tights on, which he painted himself. Part of that artistic talent, I think, is pretty well known around wrestling circles by the King. Bobby Eaton backs him into a corner. Drags him out of there. The King steps to his feet, and there was Jimmy Hart not far away. Lawler took a swipe at him, but missed him about a foot. We're 2 minutes into the action. 2 minutes gone. First fall of an expiration of time match. Bobby Eaton with Lawler back in the corner, trying to pull him out of the ring. Lawler hanging onto the ropes. Reverses. And it's Bobby Eaton who goes flying across the ring. Eaton again says, come here, referee, let me talk to you for just a minute.
The only referee we have got in here today. Is he the only referee I've got here?
Jimmy, you complain about every referee that comes in here. There hasn't been any hair pulling yet. There hasn't been any tights pulling yet. It's been nice, clean moves. That's all there's been to it. Bill Dundee chasing Hart. Hart steps into the ring. Lawler's got him. He crawls out of there.
Nobody messes with me anymore, baby.
A double drop by Lawler and Dundee. Hart can consider himself lucky that he didn't get disqualified. He took a shortcut through the ring there.
Two men had to backdrop him this field, man.
We are 3 minutes into the action. 3 minutes gone.
That is ridiculous.
Brown Sugar, how about that, Hart? With a right fist, right in the mouth. He Lawler. Lawler out of that corner. He can use the fist, too. Tag made. Lawler sends him into the rope. With a midsection. Dundee rolls him down. 1, 2, 3. Got it. He was the legal man. 3 minutes, 39 seconds to time. First fall goes to Lawler and Dundee.
Well, it's a big fall up in any kind of a match, particularly in an expiration of time match. We're going to have to check our time. We'll do that. We'll be back with more action coming up in just a moment. plenty of action yet to go, and back to it in just one moment. Do want to tell you that Tuesday night, the action is going to be something else. I want to call Jimmy Hart in here because he's going to be in a bout with Jimmy Cornette and Jesse Barr on the other side. You and Brown Sugar are going to be in the ring going at each other.
Guys, you know what a night. This is probably going to be the greatest night of my life, but every night's the greatest night in my life for Jimmy Hart, man. You know, it's super. You know, I thought Jimmy Cornette against Jimmy Hart, right?
Yeah.
And I thought, man, this has got to be unreal, man. But, you know, I looked in the dictionary, and I looked in the dictionary for imitator, and underneath the word imitation, it said Jimmy Cornette. Why? Because he imitates Jimmy Hart, you see. You can imitate me all you want, man, but you can't duplicate me. You know what he's hot over? He's been on TV for a couple of months now, but wherever he goes, it's still Jimmy Hart and the First Family. He's been on the front of the show. He's been on the last of the show. He's held the championship belt for 24 hours with Jesse Barr, but it's still Jimmy Hart and the First Family. I'll be ready. I hope you and Boom Boom Barr are, because Sugar Ray Ware and Jimmy Hart will be. Now, Terry Taylor, Mr. Preppy. Oh, come on. That has got to be... You know, that's like the old song by the Bee Gees. Somebody started a joke and got the whole world laughing, man. You see him, he's so meek and humble out here. And can you realize you're getting in the ring with Sabu, the greatest professional athlete in the world? No, I've said that a lot of times, you know, but he is the greatest in the world, man. The Wild Man from Borneo. He went through Lawler, he went through Dundee, and you think you're going to beat him? That is the biggest joke I've ever heard in my life, man. Well, let me tell you what, Cornette, bring your tights. Let me tell you, Taylor, you better bring yours, because Sabu and Jimmy Hart and the First Family will be ready, baby.
We're going to be looking forward to that, and of course, Jimmy Hart's New York Dolls.
Oh, that's right. The Dolls are going to be there, man. We're going to have everybody there. The family is going to be the greatest night of my life, but like I said before, every night is the greatest night of my life.
It is a very strong night for the family. The Fabulous Ones will be going against the New York Dolls with their hair up. Big night, Tuesday night, Louisville Gardens. He did it. Yeah, time is out, so we're not going to have time to come back in here and have Eaton and Sugar get a chance to get the things even. The first ball was up for grabs, but Lawler and Dundee were the grabbers, and so they're the ones who are going to come out victorious in that match. How about a recap of everything today?
In the opener, we had our first look today at the exotic Adrian Street out of the Royal Forest of Dean in England, and the exotic Adrian Street got the win over Ira Reese in our opening match today. Fabulous Ones defeated the Enforcer and Jesse Owens in a tag team match. It was Jonathan Boyd and Luke Williams, the Sheepherders, having no trouble at all in defeating the team of Aaron Holt and Dennis Upton. Sheepherders all the way in that one. And Jerry Lawler and Bill Dundee put together that win. Dundee got the pin in the first fall, 3 minutes, 39 seconds. They take the match over beautiful Bobby Eaton and Sweet Brown Sugar, as Lawler and Dundee in control pretty much of that one. Eaton and Sugar complaining from time to time about having hair pulled and what have you, but very little of it was seen, and especially by the referees. Lawler and Dundee are the winners.
Complaints are nothing unusual coming out of the First Family. You can count on that. We also, in fact, had a chance to look at a couple of new faces. Dave's already mentioned the exotic Adrian Street. We did get a chance to see a little clip on Apocalypse,
yeah.
who will be after Dutch Mantel, as a matter of fact, and some other things. By golly, we'll have it again next week. And until we see you then, for Dave Brown, this is Lance Russell saying bye-bye, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the promoters of Championship Wrestling.